What's up, guys? Glow Gear Studios here, coming at you with a brand new sculpt. If you couldn't tell from my voice, I'm a little sicky, so if I sound extremely nasally, then you know exactly why. So you're gonna have to bear with me, but I promise you this is gonna be worth it. So here we have the adorable Prince Florian from the new Mario Wonder game. And let me tell you, I am super excited for this. This character is going to be the pinnacle of writing and story development. Martin Scorsese is going to have to take notes for his next project, though Killers of the Flower Moon is going to be absolutely fantastic. Not sponsored, by the way. So here we go. Let's get this show on the road. What do we got here? All right, let's use our magnifying glasses, figure out what are the major shapes. Check this out. All right. We got a sphere, right? We could tell it pretty easily, huh? And then we have another one for the nose. All right. We got another one for the petal. This one is just another sphere that's been smushed, right? So that it goes from this to this, right? And then we have sphere for the hands. All right. Now, I don't know if you guys are, but I'm sensing a trend. Okay. We got a sphere for the torso. Look, another one there, another one there. Holy actual crap, dude. I don't know if you're going to be able to do this. Another sphere here, same thing. Bottom here has been pushed in, so we're going from a regular sphere, and then we are having the top with the bottom pushed in like that. And for the cloak, I think that we are going to be taking let's use a cross section of a cylinder. So here's a cylinder, right? This is a top-down view. All we're gonna do is then we're gonna hollow out this region like this. We're gonna make a cut like that, and obviously the middle is gonna be hollow too, so it's gonna wind up looking like this, right? We're gonna take that, fit it around the torso, and we're gonna call it a day. And then for the crown, we are going to be taking radial symmetry as, you know, our best friend for sure. We are going to be taking a cylindrical shape, probably making it into a triangle, and then times 4. And then that way, we're going to flare it out so it looks like this on all sides, right? Which I think is going to look really well. So besides that, I think that we're good to go. So let's get to it. Let's get sculpting, people. All right, gamers, let's get sculpting. All right, what are we going to do here? As we had just said, there's a lot of spheres in this little guy, right? There's going to be a big sphere for the head, 2 for the cheeks. We're going to mirror that. Right now, I'm trying to make his crown. You're going to see how this was not a good attempt at all. I wound up trashing this, so I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm just going to use a freaking cylinder as a placeholder. Like, see, here's another attempt. This is no es bueno, right? So I was like, you know, screw this. Let's put the little cylinder. I had another 2 sphere for the eyes. This is just a placeholder, right? So I have another sphere for the eyes. Mirrored that. For that goofy owl nose that he has, it's another sphere, a little bit elongated, so it's a little bit more oval in shape. And then for that little leaf that he has, for that nice mane of hair that he has, took the leaf, creased it right down the middle, turned it to the side, and now we're using spheres again to do his little caterpillar body, right? He's just absolutely adorable, right? He's got a little sphere at the end for, I guess, what would be his tail, you know, the end of his abdomen, if we're gonna speak in etymology terms, I suppose. And now we have, by the way, and now we have his little feet. So we got his feet, we got his hands. His hands are gonna be, again, look, I don't think I've used a shape here besides that one cylinder. That's like not a sphere, dude. So it's all just spheres. Take a big sphere, put another one for his thumb, smaller, mirror everything and clone it. For his cape, we have something that's not a sphere for a change. We have a cylinder. We cut a hole right on one side so it kind of sits right on front of him, and then we could kind of rest it on top of the meshes that we've had already, just with a little bit of adjustment, then it's fine. And then if you see over here, I'm going to rewind real quick. There we go. This is just for the collar. All it is a rectangular prism and a sphere for the 2 buttons. Again, lots of sphere. I feel like I'm going to overstay my welcome when it comes to that word. And then for the rim of that cloak, we're just going to take a tube. We're going to use actually, I'm totally going to pause for this. I want to explain what's going on here. But yeah, for that cloak, for the rim of the cloak, we are going to take a tube and then using what is it called? It's the magnet snap tool. The magnet tool. It's going to connect to the entire mesh of the cloak that we just made so it sits nice and flush, and then you'll see that we're going to voxel merge that and then blend it all together. It's going to look really nice. Now, this was interesting. This is how I did the crown, all right? So radial symmetry, especially for metallic objects and objects that are not organic, radial symmetry is going to be your friend because it gets it mathematically precise. So we start off with a torus, and then this is what happens, right? So then we take a cylinder, we cut all the sections off, and then we do a radial times 4 about the origin. So now these 4 parts are revolving around the center and are now all perfectly matched with each other. So I make a little bit of adjustments. I kind of flare out the crown just a bit. And now we have something that's much more akin to what we had before. This is obviously a lot better than my first attempt with the crown at the beginning of the sculpting session. So I voxel merge all these pieces. I wound up trying to clean the inside, do a little bit more adjustments. See, there's the voxel merge. I use the pinch tool to get the edges nice and clean, and then I add that red jewel in the middle of the crown, cut off the back of it so it sits nice and flush, and then we're all good. I use a radial symmetry technique again to do, this time instead of times 4, I did it times 5 for each of those petals, and then I just insert another cylinder with a very slight diminishing radius down the middle. Take that cylinder, duplicate it, cut a hole right in the top so there's that little indentation, and then all I gotta do at that point is just take the crown, fit onto the back of his head. So that's not too bad. Once the crown was added, I was like, yeah, we are absolutely cooking. Like, this is what we needed to do. Here I am trying to voxel merge the cheeks together. This took a lot of adjustment, and then now I'm gonna try to do his mouth. This mouth is also not a perfectly round shape. There's has a slight angle to it, so that's why you see me making these constant little adjustments. And you're gonna see once I add the crease that it's gonna look a lot more natural. So we're gonna do that right now. We're gonna see there's a crease, right? Then I up the resolution. That way it's a lot smoother, a lot more natural. And then you'll see that throughout this recording, I make little adjustments to just make it a little bit more proportionate. That render that you see in the background, by the way, that's like the official render for Mario Wonder's Prince Florian. And it is a little bit proportionately awkward. Like, you could see even in this image right here, where this is a still from the Nintendo Direct, his torso is very clearly a lot longer than it is. Where is it? Right there. I don't know if I could. There we go. Like, right there, his torso is very clearly shorter than it is like in that image right over here. And then also the crown is in the back of his head where it should be. It makes sense there. And then in this render, it's more to the right of his head, right? It's shifted, I guess, because I wanted to show off the little flower stamp that you could get in the game, which is kind of cool. It's a neat little rendering trick because it's very clearly not how it is in the game, but I decided to keep the crown in the back of his head because if we're gonna, act like this is an actual organism moving around that would be turning his head, there's no reason why the crown would be on the side. So that was just a little independent choice that I made, right? Here's a little bit more adjustments that are happening here. Smoothing out the cape, like, tremendously. Made some adjustments to the little rim. I don't know what you would call it. We made a little bit of adjustments to the rim at the top of the cape. I'm probably gonna voxel merge this at some point soon. There we go, right? See, smoothing it out. Now it actually looks like it's all one mesh, right? It's all cloth that's connected to the same place. I crease a little bit by the buttons. And we just keep it moving. Again, all this stuff is, little by little. That's one of the things that's fun about sculpting. It really is all in an effort to create a collective, right? Where it's this tiny, this addition of tiny steps, right? Even so much as, adjusting the cheeks, by a millimeter, right? It's all that stuff goes a really long way. Probably thousands upon thousands of tiny adjustments, and you wind up getting to the image that you like. So now I'm gonna be getting ready to pose. The pose, listen to this, guys, super complicated, all right? I know it's gonna be hard to believe, okay? All we gotta do, right? We gotta turn the head to the right, like 90 degrees. Oh my God. I don't know if you guys need some help with that, I can help you, all right? Don't you worry, but I promise you that it is not bad, all right? So we turn the head, shifted the body a little bit. All I did is just, again, slightly curve the body just to make it look a little bit more natural. fixing up some of the shapes, and now it's time for the colors. All right, what do we got here? Lots of green, different shades of green. We got the orange for the nose, orange for the petals. We got some gold for the crown, and obviously we got some red for that cloak of his. And we got brown for those insane kicks that he has over there. We got some like Doc Martens this guy's wearing. So it's this guy's dripped out, as you could probably tell. So yeah, we're gonna do gold. We're gonna do a little bit of metallic red for that jewel in the middle. Excuse me. And then we got a little white for the highlight on the eyes. And now with the base colors more or less done, this is where I'm gonna start to add some of those nice shadows. Right, I use a little alpha for the top of the base, so that, to make it look like the checker pattern on the official Mario amiibos. And now we're gonna start adding some freaking shadows, because that's what we honestly, like, you can't just purely rely on light that's from your render. You have to add shadows for that extra little bit of depth. So of course I add a nice shadow for the mouth to make it just pop out so much more. Add a little bit of some deep reds for the creasing on the cloak, dark browns for the soles of the feet. Anywhere where there's where shadows would be generated, I basically take, even if it's within objects, kind of like ambient occlusion, I put dark, and then I put highlights in big open areas, and I think that just makes the entire mesh pop. So now we're throwing a little bit of orange, again, all in an effort to make it come alive. And you're gonna see, this is what we got. I hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, so there you have it. There is Prince Florian from the new Mario Wonder game. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. Got any questions or comments? By all means, you know where to reach out to me. So leave a like, comment, subscribe for more HD quality content, and I will get back to you guys in the next video. Thank you so much, and have a good one. Bye-bye.